So I remember being told in the village, like, being invited to go watch a movie, and I was like, wait, where's the village at? At the time, all I knew of was like the Magic Johnson Theater, but then, one of my buddies told me about the village. So we get to the village, and to my surprise, it's like by USC campus, right? So I'm like, whoa, like it felt like a little hole in the wall. And walking in there, immediately the first thing I noticed was the pavement, which was made of like very old, like stones, like cobblestones. Everything was just kind of like very vintage looking, very gray. It reminded me like if you're walking into like Hogwarts, just very antique. And even like the selection of movies that were being offered were very specific. The theater itself probably would only sit, maybe like 30 people at most, and there was probably only 30, like three rooms in there. But yeah, other than that, you would walk out and there was like little mom and pop shops. I remember maybe like a Vietnamese sandwich shop, maybe like a little coffee joint, but it would never felt very like populated. It always just felt very open. There was never any heavy security. It did feel very inviting at the same time, but it was more of like a, if you know, you know type of deal. So it was kind of like a little hidden gem, and it felt precious. It felt cool. It felt like when you would leave, you felt like you would leave like in a time warp and then just get back to reality. But definitely, it was something to experience. I remember that, and something to look forward to. You wanted to go back again. You wanted to have a reason to go back and check it out.
Mm.
I
Would you
remember,
say that
go ahead.
was like a lot of people that were also there, or was it like more empty?
It it was like not a lot of people, but it wasn't empty. There was definitely people walking around, but it wasn't overpopulated. That definitely was not a lot of people.
Okay. And then did you ever feel like, oh, like this place needs a renovation or could use a renovation? Or did you think that, or like, how did you feel about like the stores that were there and like the options that you had for shopping? Like,
Well, at the time, I didn't really. I was too young to even probably understand what a renovation was. But I did notice that there were some vacant spots. Like the few stands that were available were probably like perfumes and incense, like homemade incense. I believe somebody there had a little shoe polish joint. So it was very mom and popish. I didn't feel that like it needed anything. Like I definitely didn't think it needed like a Target or a shoe palace. But there was nothing extreme there, like it didn't feel like you would have to go there to buy a specific item. It felt more like a gathering place, like a garden vibe, like somewhere to socialize, somewhere where you want to meet your friends, and then go on with your adventure. Somewhere where you probably wanted to stop by with your mom and like just grab a quick little cup of coffee or go watch a vintage, antique film. But I never got the impression that, oh, like it's missing something. But at the same time, I never felt like there was nothing to do, if that makes sense.
yeah, I guess that's what I was trying to say. Like, looking at photos of it, just from people that took photos, I immediately thought like, oh, it looks kind of empty. Like it looks like there's nothing to do. But I was like, also like I can't just generalize that because what if somebody else has a different opinion or somebody who actually went there before? Like, so I was just trying to figure out like what that vibe was. Like, was it as empty as the photos, or was there a time where there was a lot of people? You know, that
No, I'm sure it had its moments, but for the most part, I felt like it its purpose was that just to kind of it felt like somewhere peaceful to go and have a moment of quietness, be able to read your book, be able to meet your date, and just like the first part of your day. it felt more like that, or just or a halfway point. I never felt like it was the highlight of the day. But that in its own was beautiful. Just the fact that you can chill there. I mean, just to be honest, it was where we would ditch school, and we were in junior high school. So to avoid being seen from adults, it was the perfect place. There was no security, but at the same time, there was not like homeless people hanging out there. It was a lot of people that just kind of just want to be out of sight, out of sight, out of mind. Um,
Hmm.
yeah,
I like that. I can kind of picture that better now, like the place to ditch if you didn't, but you
yeah,
have.
that's what it was. It was a place to. Yeah, it was cool, and it was like you didn't have to go to